Hi, welcome back to the next episodes. Hopefully if you've watched the last one, what you'll have got to grips with was playing a bit more power chords. So you'll been playing Nirvana, you'll be moving up and down the neck, you'll be moving between chords and started to get the hang of a different strumming pattern. And then Alkaline Trio, which had a slightly easier strumming pattern, but the way you were using the chords was a bit different from Nirvana because you were using them at different timings. What we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to damp. So when you listen to a song, what you'll hear is the song where it sounds like, which is just the chord being played, but then the other sound you get from a guitar is used in loads and loads of different songs, and obviously used at very different paces. So you'll maybe have like a punk rock song, which will be you have metal songs which are a lot more thrashy, so that kind of thing. So again, we're going to start off easy, we're going to build this up, and hopefully by the end of this you'll start to get the understanding of how do we make that sound happen on the guitar. So let's have a little look at what you do. So for the first part of this lesson, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm just going to show you on some chords, and I'll show you maybe we'll use something like She by Green Day as a good one. So we'll break this down a little bit, and we'll just try and keep it really simple. So how does damping work first of all? So if we take a chord, so let's start off on the 3rd fret on the E. So play this chord, ring it out, that's how it sounds. And the difference when we damp is you get this. So to do that, if I turn the guitar, because what you want to do is you want to focus on this part of the guitar. So when you play the chord, you normally would just strum over, but what I want you to do is I want to take this part of your hand and I want you to rest it on the bridge. So if you're playing on an acoustic guitar, where you'll see this little strip here, that's your bridge, and I want you to rest on there. If you're playing on an electric guitar, then what you'll see is again it's where the strings will come through. So depending upon the type of the guitar you've got, it'll either be where the strings come up and through the body, and as you look at that, it's where they turn as they come through the body, or you might have a 2-piece bridge that's on your guitar. So the strings will be sitting going through a part back here, and then there'll be a little bridge, and again it'll look the same, it'll be a line where the strings sit. So it's that I want you to rest on. And what I want you to do is then just rest your hand there, don't lift it, and just start strumming. So you should hear that noise. If you're hearing this, that means you're too far up, so you're not actually covering the bridge, you're somewhere about here. So what you want is you want to be right on that bridge and rest. And just do that. Now the easiest way to start with this is not to worry about trying to come up the way. All we're going to do is we're just going to use downstrokes for damping. Okay? And if we take something like She, it's 3rd fret, and then to the 5th fret on the A, 3rd fret on the A, and then it goes. So that's, keep that open, and you go between your E and your A, so you go E, back down to the A, and then back up to the E. So if we play that a wee bit faster. So just all you're doing here is you're practicing the damping. Don't worry if you're not getting the... We'll come back and we'll cover that at another point, and what we'll do is we'll maybe look at She in a bit more detail. But don't worry about that, just worry about getting the damping. Another song that we can use is one that was from when I played in a band, and what we done was we had very, very sort of punk rock, which was, it's that sound. So you're almost lifting off, so you want to lift off, and that's how you get that ping. So you want to start with the 7th fret on the E, you want to to let the chord ring and then damp. And then as you change, so you're coming up to the A and you're going to the 5th fret, let it ring, and then you're going to move up to the E, strum, let it ring, and then damp, and then you're going to the 4th fret, back on the come back to the 7th fret on the A for the 4th chord. So this one's a good one, and the reason I've picked it is because it's one that you can actually speed up and it's relatively simple. So start off with just playing it through as as you start getting faster, you feel that the strengths build, I guess, in the hands and in the wrist, that you're able to keep that pressed down but also build speed. You want to be starting to play it faster and faster so you can get to something like this. So, like I say, very typical punk rock style riff. But I've picked this one because it was really simple, and it's something that you can speed up and you can work on just going through those chords. Again, if you've been practicing using power chords and you've been using different riffs and coming up with your own combinations of power chords, then feel free to you know, where you've been strumming them through, decide to start damping them to see how it sounds, and just whatever you've been working on. There you go, hopefully that gives you something totally new to practice on. It gets you damping, and it'll add another sound to what you can play, because now you should have a few different things. So we've got open chords, we've got power chords, and you've got damping. And that way you'll start hearing songs and you'll start recognising where, although they might be using the same riff in the song over and over, by adding in the damping, it just changes the song and it makes it feel like it's not as repetitive, and it just adds a different layer, I guess, to your guitar playing and to the technique. It's left you with a couple of riffs to practice, and like I say, also with the song She, it's one that we can go back and look at so we can put it together and build up the full song at a later point. But in the meantime, keep on practicing that, but most importantly, keep having fun, keep enjoying what you're doing, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.